everyone. I'm Maxine Chung from CDN Computer Dealer News, here at Autotask Community Live event here in Miami, Florida. With me here today is David Salzberg, the Executive Director of International Sales for Autotask. Welcome, David.
Thank you, Maxine. Welcome to Miami.
Great. So, David, I wanted to ask you, what is your strategy for driving growth in the global market and also particularly in the Canadian market this year?
Great question, Maxine. Thanks. In all global markets outside the United States, we have a series of programs that help us get face-to-face with prospects for Autotask and work with our existing customers as much as possible to help communicate the value of what Autotask can do for companies around the world. VARs, managed service providers, IT service providers, and just continuing it's the basic sales process, getting leads and doing specific events. We have a series of events that we'll do across Canada, and we have dedicated staff. We treat Canada like a separate country, because that's what it is. It's not the 51st state at Autotask. And we're aggressively moving across all the provinces to make people aware of Autotask. That's not without its challenges. We do know, for instance, in Quebec, while Autotask is English only, we're going to need to address the language issue, especially in the client-facing parts of Autotask, and we're working on that this year.
Okay, great. I also wanted to speak about the Autotask acquisition of Barstream. With that, you guys also acquired certain products as well. What are you guys doing on the training and enablement front for your partners?
Great question. We just acquired Barstream. It's less than a month ago that was announced. And this event in Miami has been a great opportunity to work with our existing customers, as well as some of the Barstream customers, to give them information about the product. We're just now implementing the first customers of ours that were sold Barstream since the acquisition. And we've got a great formula for training and implementation that we've built over the last 10 years in rolling out Autotask. So we're introducing that model for the Barstream customers as well. And in Canada, the Barstream product was only sold in the U.S. prior to the acquisition. So we're going to work with a couple of our existing Autotask customers as a beta program to ensure that the product works as we expect it to, that we have all the date format and currency symbol issues addressed, and that we carefully test all the distributor feeds. And while Ingram does business both in the U.S. and Canada, Ingram Canada has a different set of SKUs and a different catalog of products, and we want to make sure all that works perfectly when we roll it out to the rest of the market.
Okay, great. Now, in terms of availability of the product, when do you see that coming north of the border?
In Canada, I would expect, we're shooting for the second quarter, so sometime before the end of June. The rest of the world, we have a few more technical things that need to be looked at in the product and distributor relationships that need to be clearly identified. We expect to have it in the rest of the world before the end of the year. We are using the Autotask online community that's part of the product to get feedback from all of our customers about what are the top 10 distributors that you use and that kind of information. So we're getting great customer requirements even before we're ready to launch the product.
Okay. Now, speaking of the product, can you speak to some of the product benefits and what value this is going to bring to your channel partner community, particularly those in Canada?
Sure. It's alongside of Autotask, it's a great complement to what we already do. Autotask is great to help people automate their IT service business and help drive the cost out of service delivery and make sure that you get paid for all the work that you're currently doing. That's a big issue for small VARs and managed service providers especially. Barstream adds the ability to work with products. So now we have an ability to automate the procurement and delivery of products, so we can help drive the cost out of the logistics of both products and services, and that's what our customers have told us they want. Customers in the U.S., customers in Canada, basically facing the same challenges in that regard. So I think it's a real win-win for Autotask and for the customers to have all this functionality, and the integration we saw presented this morning, the planned integration is just going to be terrific between Barstream and Autotask.
All right, well, looking forward to that, most definitely. Now, in terms of your key priorities, David, can you highlight some of them for me in terms of what you have lined up for the company and also your channel partners for this year?
Absolutely, that's a great question. While we're going to start rolling Barstream out, that is, I guess, can you have three number one priorities? getting Barstream out into the marketplace is critical. And we're, as I said, collecting the customer requirements, validating them, making sure that the product will meet their needs, so that when we do launch it, it works really, really well. That's important to me, because you only get that one chance to make a first impression. And I'll stay on Barstream for a second, because there are going to be lots of VARs and resellers out there who may be very interested in Barstream without Autotask. And it works absolutely beautifully in a standalone model as well. So I think that opens up a huge opportunity for us to go out and work with resellers across Canada and the rest of the world. And then as far as Autotask product and Autotask company goes, the other priority is just making sure that we're doing everything we can on the sales and marketing side to make sure that we're communicating and delivering the message about the value Autotask can bring. Because I know I still go to shows and people come by and say, Autotask, what does that do? We need to be more of a household name amongst managed service providers, VARs, resellers, IT service companies, and they know when they're looking for a way to run their business better, that Autotask is the name that comes to mind.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for being with me today.
Thank you,
Pleasure
Maxine.
speaking with you.
Thanks so much for coming to Community Live.
Thanks. And I'm Maxine Chung from CDN Computer Dealer News here in Miami, Florida. Please stay tuned at www.computerdealernews.com for more. Have a great day.